Have you noticed lately that no matter how carefully you follow that recommended, supposedly heart-healthy diet, your joints still throb when you wake up, your energy still completely flags by mid-afternoon, and your doctor still raises a concerned eyebrow at your routine cholesterol and inflammation markers? What if I told you that the very cooking oil sitting in your pantry right now, the one proudly displaying a heart-healthy seal of approval, is actually quietly rusting your arteries from the inside out? It is an incredibly frustrating reality that so many of us face as we get older, doing absolutely everything right according to the standard guidelines, but still feeling completely wrong in our own bodies. You might be experiencing a gradual loss of mobility, dealing with stubborn, unexplained aches, or feeling a general, pervasive sense of brain fog and fatigue that you simply chalk up to just getting older. But I am here to tell you, as a friend and an advocate for your longevity, that this is not your fault, and it is absolutely not just the inevitable, unavoidable decline of aging. The hidden culprit causing this widespread cellular damage is likely the highly processed industrial seed oil masquerading as a plant-based health food right there in your kitchen. Today, we are going to expose exactly why this is happening to your body. I am going to walk you through a detailed, step-by-step breakdown of these deceptive oils, explain the hidden science behind why they cause so much catastrophic damage to our senior bodies, and most importantly, I will give you clear, completely manageable tips on exactly what you should be using instead to reclaim your vitality and protect your heart. By the time we finish our virtual coffee chat today, you will have a completely new, empowering perspective on how to fuel your body for maximum longevity and independence. Before we dive into the depths of your pantry to root out these hidden dangers, please consider subscribing to our channel. We share the kind of senior health tips that doctors often overlook in their rushed 15-minute appointments, and we focus entirely on real, science-backed strategies to keep you thriving, mobile, and sharp. Also, I would love to know a little bit more about our incredible community today. Where are you watching from? Please drop your city, state, or country in the comments below, as it brings me so much joy to see us all connecting from around the world to improve our health together. Let us get straight to the heart of the matter and introduce our very first hidden hazard with a bang: the incredibly pervasive and deceptively light soybean oil. You probably do not buy giant bottles of plain soybean oil to cook with at home. But if you go to your refrigerator right now and read the back of your favorite creamy salad dressing, your trusted mayonnaise, or even that convenient pre-marinated chicken from the deli, I can almost guarantee that soybean oil is listed as the number 1 or number 2 ingredient. The reason this specific oil is so profoundly dangerous for our aging bodies comes down to how its chemical structure interacts with our most vital, sensitive organs. A sweeping, peer-reviewed study published in the respected journal Endocrinology discovered something truly alarming that every senior needs to know. The researchers found that a diet high in soybean oil not only predictably leads to obesity and metabolic diabetes, but it actually causes profound genetic changes in the brain itself, negatively altering over 100 different genes, including those specifically linked to Alzheimer's disease and severe cognitive decline. Think about the gravity of that for a moment. When you unknowingly consume this oil day after day, I want you to imagine pouring a slow-drying, sticky industrial varnish directly over the delicate, firing electrical wiring of your brain and the inner lining of your blood vessels, suffocating your cells and causing them to misfire and slowly degrade over time. That is the internal rusting process I am talking about, a silent oxidation that robs you of your sharpest memories and your cardiovascular health. Your actionable takeaway here is wonderfully simple, but profoundly impactful for your future health. I want you to immediately swap out any commercially prepared salad dressing, mayonnaise, or marinade that lists soybean oil as a primary ingredient, and confidently replace it with a high-quality product made exclusively with pure, cold-pressed olive oil. Or, even better, take 5 minutes to whisk together your own delicious dressing using real olive oil, a squeeze of fresh antioxidant-rich lemon, and a pinch of your favorite herbs. Moving right along on our journey through the kitchen, we must critically address the golden child of the 1990s low-fat dietary craze, the widely celebrated but deeply misunderstood canola oil. For decades, we have been told by well-meaning dietitians that this is the ultimate heart-healthy choice, heavily recommended by major health organizations and used in everything from healthy home baking to roasting your evening vegetables. However, the modern scientific reality tells a much darker, much more concerning story, especially for older adults who are deeply concerned about maintaining their sharp minds and protecting their memories as the years pass. Groundbreaking research published in the prestigious journal Scientific Reports demonstrated a terrifying biological mechanism. The scientists found that consuming canola oil on a regular basis actually significantly impairs working memory and actively drives up the formation of amyloid plaques in the brain, which is a classic, undeniable physiological marker of cognitive decline and dementia. Shockingly, the study noted these detrimental neurological changes occurring in just 6 months of consistent consumption. When you look at a bottle of canola oil on your counter, I want you to picture a beautiful, perfectly round golden apple that looks absolutely delicious on the outside. But when you finally take a bite, you discover it is completely hollow, dusty, and actively rotting from the core outward. It is a massive illusion of health that is quietly, daily, accelerating the aging of your brain and your cardiovascular system. Your powerful action step for this point is to confidently take that giant, clear plastic jug of canola oil sitting beside your stove and throw it directly in the trash without a single ounce of guilt or hesitation. Replace it today with pure, high-quality avocado oil for all of your high-heat cooking and baking needs. Avocado oil has a wonderfully high smoke point, a perfectly neutral flavor, and is heavily packed with the exact kind of stable, healthy monounsaturated fats that your aging brain and heart desperately crave for deep cellular repair and daily maintenance. Just a quick pause here in our conversation. If you are finding these tips useful, surprising, and eye-opening so far, please take a quick second to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow within the algorithm and ensures that this critical, genuinely life-saving information reaches other seniors who might be silently struggling with unexplained joint pain and memory issues. Your support means the absolute world to us and to the community we are building. Next on our list of pantry invaders is an oil that sounds like a bright, happy summer day, but genuinely turns into a toxic biological nightmare the very moment it hits a hot frying pan, and that is sunflower oil. Many of us naturally assume that because it comes from a beautiful natural flower, it must be light, clean, and perfectly safe for a sensitive senior diet. But the rigorous biochemistry reveals a terrifying chemical reaction when this specific oil is exposed to the standard heat of a regular kitchen stove. A landmark, highly respected study conducted by specialized chemistry researchers at De Montfort University in the United Kingdom revealed that frying or cooking everyday foods in sunflower oil produces highly toxic, carcinogenic chemical compounds called aldehydes at levels over 200 times higher than the daily maximum safe limit recommended by the World Health Organization. These insidious aldehydes are highly reactive, unstable molecules that physically bind to your cellular DNA and essential proteins, creating immense oxidative stress and driving the rapid arterial stiffening that directly leads to high blood pressure and an overworked senior heart. Using heated sunflower oil in your daily kitchen routine is quite literally like breathing in the thick, black, choking exhaust fumes of a diesel truck. Except instead of inhaling it into your lungs, you are pouring it directly onto your dinner plate and unknowingly feeding it to yourself and your cherished loved ones. To deeply protect your body from this daily, hidden chemical assault, your actionable takeaway is to completely and permanently stop pan-frying your morning eggs, sautéing your dinner vegetables, or searing your healthy fish in sunflower oil. Instead, reach for a deeply stable, traditional, and historically time-tested fat like pure grass-fed butter, rich golden ghee, or pure unrefined virgin coconut oil. These traditional fats possess the natural chemical stability and dense molecular structure to completely withstand cooking temperatures without ever breaking down into those terrifying arterial poisons. Let us smoothly transition to an oil that has been an absolute, unquestioned staple in American kitchens and heavily processed foods for generations: the seemingly harmless and deeply ingrained corn oil. It is incredibly cheap to produce. It is wildly abundant, and because of that, it is heavily baked into almost every single packaged snack, cracker, biscuit, and frozen meal you will find lining the middle aisles of the modern grocery store. The core underlying problem with corn oil lies in its extreme, highly unnatural fatty acid profile, which violently and aggressively disrupts the delicate, finely tuned balance of our aging immune systems. A comprehensive and deeply thorough analysis published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology showed that standard corn oil contains a truly staggering omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio of roughly 46:1. This is a massive, unnatural biological imbalance that dramatically accelerates systemic, body-wide inflammation, triggers severe daily joint pain, and promotes dangerous arterial stiffness in older adults whose bodies are already working overtime just to manage baseline daily inflammation. To truly visualize and understand this internal process, I want you to think of those excessive, volatile omega-6 fatty acids as a massive, towering pile of dry, brittle kindling, and your fragile, aging blood vessels as the dry forest floor. You are simply sitting there waiting for a single, tiny spark of daily stress, a poor night of sleep, or a minor seasonal illness to ignite a raging, uncontrollable forest fire of deep tissue inflammation throughout your entire body. Your highly practical, everyday takeaway here is to become a ruthless, eagle-eyed detective when it comes to reading the labels on your favorite baked goods, breakfast cereals, and crunchy evening snacks. When you inevitably see corn oil printed on the ingredient list, politely put the box right back on the shelf and commit to either finding a premium brand that strictly bakes with coconut oil, or even better, actively embrace the wonderful joy of baking your own occasional treats at home. By using real butter or traditional fats, you completely control exactly what goes into your body and ensure every bite serves your health rather than destroys it. Continuing our enlightening deep dive journey through the hidden corners of your daily diet, we arrive at a profoundly deceptive and often completely invisible ingredient: safflower oil. This oil is frequently marketed to seniors as a premium, light-tasting alternative and is an absolutely massive, undisputed favorite in the modern restaurant industry. You might not actively choose to cook with it at home, but whenever you treat yourself to a nice, well-deserved dinner out with friends or family, chances are exceptionally high that your delicious meal is practically swimming in it. The tragic, heartbreaking irony of safflower oil is that it was historically aggressively pushed upon older adults by medical professionals as a supposedly heart-healthy, plant-based alternative to saturated animal fats. However, a stunning, world-renowned analysis published in the prestigious British Medical Journal recovered lost, unpublished data from the famous Sydney Diet Heart Study. The newly revealed findings shockingly demonstrated that actively substituting dietary saturated fats with the highly concentrated omega-6 linoleic acid found so abundantly in safflower oil actually increased all-cause mortality, total cardiovascular death, and specific coronary heart disease deaths by an astonishing 22%. Imagine for a moment hiring a seemingly tough, highly recommended, uniformed security guard to protect your home and your precious valuables, only to find out months later that he is the exact person quietly leaving the back door wide open every single night for the burglars to come in and rob you blind while you sleep peacefully. That deception is exactly what safflower oil does to your trusting heart. Therefore, your crucial, actionable takeaway requires just a little bit of bravery and self-advocacy the next time you are enjoying a meal in a restaurant. I want you to kindly, smoothly, and politely ask your server if the chef can specially prepare your specific meal, whether it is a tender piece of grilled chicken or a simple side of steamed asparagus, cooked purely in real extra virgin olive oil or genuine butter, rather than the standard, invisible, highly toxic restaurant oil blends. You have absolutely every right to advocate for your precious health, and you will find that most good, reputable restaurants are more than happy to easily accommodate a senior guest who is simply being proactive about protecting their heart. Finally, we must critically address an oil that has successfully and deceptively snuck its way into high-end health food stores, premium organic grocery aisles, and even natural, expensive cosmetic lines: the incredibly sneaky grapeseed oil. Because it prominently features the word grape in its name, and we have all been rightfully taught that grapes and red wine contain wonderful, heart-healthy antioxidants, clever marketers have successfully, entirely convinced us that grapeseed oil is a luxurious, completely natural healing elixir for our aging bodies. The stark reality, backed by very hard, undeniable biochemical evidence, shatters this expensive illusion completely. According to a highly rigorous chemical analysis published in the International Journal of Food Science and Technology, standard grapeseed oil is composed of up to 74% linoleic acid. This is an incredibly fragile, highly unstable polyunsaturated fat that rapidly and aggressively oxidizes into cell-damaging, DNA-destroying free radicals the very moment it is forcibly extracted from the tiny grape seeds using harsh, high-heat industrial chemical solvents like toxic hexane. Buying a beautiful bottle of expensive, supposedly natural grapeseed oil for your kitchen is exactly like spending your hard-earned savings on a pristine, beautifully polished, high-performance luxury sports car, only to shockingly discover that there is a literal, active, ticking time bomb hidden deep under the hood, ready to violently explode the very moment you turn the ignition key. Your final crucial takeaway for this specific point is to absolutely leave that incredibly expensive, highly deceptive grapeseed oil sitting right there on the supermarket shelf where it belongs. Instead, I want you to fully embrace and happily invest your grocery budget in a high-quality, genuine, extra virgin olive oil. Preferably, find one that specifically states it is gently cold-pressed and is securely stored in a dark-tinted glass bottle to protect it from light damage. Genuine, pure olive oil is absolutely loaded with protective, incredibly powerful polyphenols that physically act like millions of tiny, highly effective scrub brushes, sweeping rapidly through your bloodstream and actively daily cleaning the dangerous rust and accumulated plaque right out of your vital arteries. We have successfully covered a tremendous amount of deep scientific ground today, and I fully realize that suddenly discovering your trusty kitchen pantry might be entirely filled with these silent rusting agents can feel a bit overwhelming at first. It is incredibly frustrating, especially when you have been trying so incredibly hard for years to follow all the established rules of a healthy senior diet. But let us take a collective deep breath right now and clearly summarize the truly incredible, life-changing power you now firmly hold in your own hands. The central, empowering takeaway from our extensive conversation today is that modern industrial seed oils, specifically the highly processed soybean, canola, sunflower, corn, safflower, and grapeseed oils we discussed, are profoundly unstable, highly processed, industrialized fats. They actively drive the profound systemic inflammation, the agonizing morning joint stiffness, and the terrifying cognitive fog that so many older adults mistakenly and tragically accept as just a normal, unavoidable part of aging. But by simply taking a few extra seconds to read your ingredient labels and actively, consciously choosing to completely swap these toxic industrial lubricants for natural, highly stable, and historically proven healthy fats like pure extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed avocado oil, rich grass-fed butter, and traditional healing ghee, you are instantly and permanently turning off the massive internal faucet of cellular inflammation. You are finally giving your hardworking blood vessels the desperate chance they need to heal, providing your aging brain with the exact pristine building blocks it requires to stay sharp and focused, and giving your tired joints the profound, cooling relief they need to keep you moving freely, happily, and independently. These are absolutely not massive, impossible, exhausting life overhauls that require starving yourself. They are simply smart, highly informed, daily substitutions that predictably yield incredibly profound, absolutely life-changing medical benefits for your golden years. As we officially wrap up our incredibly important time together today, I want to deeply, sincerely reinforce the absolute core message of our entire channel. You are absolutely, unequivocally in control of your own health destiny. Please, do not let anyone, not even a well-meaning but utterly rushed doctor, ever tell you that your daily aches, your terrifying brain fog, or your slowly climbing blood pressure are just the inevitable heavy burdens of getting older that you just have to quietly accept. You possess the incredible life wisdom, the personal power, and now the exact hard scientific knowledge required to completely change the chemical environment inside your own body. Every single time you make the conscious choice to spread real butter over cheap margarine, or to generously pour real olive oil instead of highly processed soybean oil, you are actively, powerfully voting for your future independence, your long-term mobility, and your ultimate longevity. You are bravely choosing to remain active enough to easily get down on the living room floor and play freely with your joyful grandchildren, to take those beautiful, long evening walks with your spouse without suffering from agonizing, limiting knee pain, and to proudly keep your brilliant mind as sharp as a tack for many, many decades to come. Your daily physical health is the absolute foundational bedrock of your personal freedom, and it is a righteous, beautiful battle that is completely, unconditionally worth fighting every single day of your life. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on everything we uncovered today. What is the very first toxic oil you are going to confidently, permanently throw out of your kitchen pantry today? Please let me know down in the comments below, and let us start a truly great, supportive discussion among this wonderful community. If you found this deep, scientific conversation empowering, genuinely helpful, and eye-opening, please hit that like button right now and subscribe to our channel, because your long-term health and your precious independence are absolutely worth fighting for, and we are proudly here to stand by your side and scientifically guide you every single step of the way. Always remember, the absolute best, most vibrant years of your life are not sitting in the rearview mirror behind you. They are simply eagerly waiting for you to fuel them correctly starting today. Please take wonderful care of yourself. Make those powerful pantry swaps, and I will be so excited to see you in our very next video.